everyone, Elizabeth here from the Kenai Community Library, and today we're going to make flower crowns for our American Girl dolls and ourselves. We're going to make two different types of crowns, and you can make these with daisies, you can make them with dandelions, you can make them with whatever wildflower you have on hand. Make sure, however, kids, that if you are picking flowers, you have your parents' permission to pick their flowers that they're growing, because some parents might not like that. So make sure you have permission. So today I'm going to be using carnations, and you see I've already kind of started this one, but we are using carnations. And I have a little bit of tape because sometimes you want that flower to look just right. I have a pair of scissors. I have a ruler just in case I want to measure things. And I have a nice piece of cardboard because I'm going to actually be cutting into the flower stalks, so that way the flowers will stay. So let's get started. So here's our braided pattern. I've started it by taking my 3 flowers and I'm just wrapping one around. I've broken the stem, and that way it will kind of help hold it just like that together. Now, if you know how to French braid, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be adding each flower as we braid. So just keep adding flowers. And it takes a lot of practice. I'm a little bit out of practice. I haven't done this in a while, but I really enjoy it. So I thought that you guys might enjoy it as well. You can also add in anything else you want, any little flowers that you guys might have, or if there's any twigs or branches that has some cute foliage on it, then you can add that as well. And then if I want to not have flowers all the way around, I can just keep braiding and add flowers as I want to. And then when you get to the end of the stalk, don't worry, just make sure that you tuck that one in, so that way the braid holds it in just like hair. And now that I'm kind of at the end here, I'm going to see about bending it into my crown. And then I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of weaving. See, put that stalk there, that stalk underneath. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut this big long stalk here, like so. And then what we've got, and hopefully it'll stick, then when you kind of have it all done, oh, that one was too short, you take your flower crown and you put it on your head. So our next crown was the crown that our American Girl doll was wearing, and it's a little bit easier. You don't have to braid. The carnations make it difficult because they really don't have a bendy stem, and that's why daisies and dandelions work really, really well, is because their stems are nice and bendy. But as you can see, we made a cute little crown for her, which we're going to put back on her head, and let's show you how to make it. So we're going to start with our carnations and a pair of scissors because we don't need to have all these long stems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my carnation right above this second bulb, because you want to make sure that the bulb is kind of big, and you want to make sure that what you're going to be putting into your crown is kind of the smallest part. And not sure how big of a crown I want to make. So I'm going to cut it right here. So we have all of our flowers like this. Now this is also why I have the cardboard down, because what you're going to do is you're going to take your scissors and I'm going to very carefully poke down and make a little insert kind of right in the middle. Then I'm going to flip my flower over and I'm going to make sure that that went all the way through. Now, if you need to have your parents help you with that, that's totally fine. Make sure that you always cut on something so you don't ruin anybody's tabletop. This is where the carnations are kind of hard because they're a harder woody stem. But see, I've made my hole and now I'm going to put my flower through it. Just like that. And I'm going to leave it. See if we can't get it around this bulb here. Very gently with the carnations because they have a very woody stalk. And then you're just going to continue and do the exact same thing on the next one. Cut a hole in there. Make sure it goes all the way through. Now remember, I'm showing you on one of the hardest flowers you can do this on, so it's not going to be this hard. Then I'm also going to take this little bit off here to make my bulb a little bit smaller. And we're actually going to cut this one down just a tad, because you see how big that is, so we're going to cut it down to a smaller section there. Then that should slip right on through. Just like that. Ta-da! Just like that. And you see when you have your flowers a little bit closer together versus farther apart, it just depends on how many flowers you have to use. Now, here's kind of the tricky part, is you've got to finish it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our cut here and we're going to cut into our first flower too. And then we're going to take our last flower. Oh, didn't go all the way through. Oh, and then you put it through like that. Then you can take a little piece of tape and just kind of make sure, and all this will do is while your flowers are still fresh, oh, you see, it just kind of keeps it all together. And sometimes, because carnations are difficult, they break like that. So nobody's going to see a little bit of tape. And then you have your very own flower crown. Thanks everybody. I hope you enjoyed our flower crown program and that you get to go out and spend a little bit of time and make your own flower crowns. Have fun. Enjoy.